Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. This video is gonna be titled Types of Bosses. Now I already did a Types of Coworkers video. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. This is just gonna be Types of Bosses, a little bit of a different feel. And yeah, no waste of time, we'll get straight into it. First up, we got the strict one. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced the form of this. You know, if you've ever had a job. I know some of you unemployed people aren't gonna relate to this video, but every job damn near has a guy who's just overly this and that about what to do. Now, when you're younger and someone's being strict, you just think they're an a-hole, right? You just think, oh, they're just doing this just to get a rise out of people, yada, yada, yada. But then once you get older, you learn that people have a motive for damn near everything, right? They might want to promote, and their way of promoting, they think getting people in trouble is gonna help them promote. Or maybe they're trying to impress certain people there, and they feel like in order to have some type of alphaness to them, they have to go down on other people. And we'll get into that later. Like, the worst type of strict person is the person who makes a bunch of rules for everyone else, but when the people who he's cool with break the rules, he just turns a blind eye. And if you are that person, when bad things happen to you, I'm glad that no one cares, like, because you deserve it. Trying to get people in trouble and then trying to not hold others accountable for what they're doing just because this person offended you, or this person you're cool with because they kiss your ass, or the other person, they just don't really care for the rules. They're not gonna play your game. They're just gonna come to work and do what they're supposed to do. You actually make the job worse. And there is not a lot of things better on earth than when you get talked down on by the boss, or you try and kiss up to the boss, and then when it's time for promotions, time for things like that, you don't get it. We all love that. And also, when you get stepped up to, or someone gets in your face, don't be the freaking victim now. Don't go like, oh, I'm telling on you, oh, you said it. Also mention what you did and also mention what you said. Don't be an asshole like that. That's what a lot of y'all like to do. Which, in reality, why are you being a tough guy towards people who aren't trying to be tough guys? That's so stupid. Bring me flashbacks, man. I'm so talking about this. All right, so next up, we got the weirdo. Now, this one can tie in with the last one I just talked about. Like I said, a lot of dudes who try and force roles on the people will freaking let other people slide. The other people they usually let slide are girls, of course. But come on now. I literally worked with a guy who freaking loved flirting with this girl at, our workplace. And me and her worked in different departments, but she was seeing me, and he would still like make comments towards her. He'd freaking say like, oh, you freaking shouldn't even be messing with a guy like that. He's not even a good person. You shouldn't trust him, blah, blah, blah. Dude didn't even know me, by the way. I said probably less than 100 words to the damn guy. Well, because he's a weirdo and because he needs to freaking go F himself, because what are you doing? Talking to, not to mention he was like over 15 years older than this girl. Of course, I never dated this girl, but of course women are freaking women. So she loved all the compliments, this and that. So I didn't date her because, seriously at least, because what the hell. And women, y'all have to stop letting dudes get away with stuff like that at the workplace. You mess it up for the girls who actually are getting harassed, who don't like it, and you mess it up for the dudes at your workplace. If you like when the freaking higher up flirts with you, like it, enjoy it. Don't freaking claim it's something else. If you don't like it, say something. And if it persists, then take it higher. Simple. I don't know why your brains don't freaking function that well. But then again, the weirdo can just be a boss who maybe isn't doing a lot, but you always notice him kind of being odd about stuff. And then maybe later on you hear one of the girls talking and she says, oh yeah, so-and-so said this to me, and I was like, kind of looked at him all weird. And then you finally learn, and it like, the way she tells the story has so much truth to it, and she's not one of those dumb chicken head broads, so like you kind of believe her. And then it's like, maybe it's a guy you've hung out with outside of work with the other group of people, and now you feel weird about him because you were around this guy and he did this. And then you gotta keep in mind, some people have children, some people have daughters. So when dudes at their workplace, especially their bosses, act weird, it can make them feel some type of way. And then even like being a father with your daughter out in the workforce, it just makes them so uneasy. And I can understand why a lot of men will just not want their daughters to have like jobs, because there's so many weird dudes out here. And if she ends up really liking the job, but she's getting flirted with by a few higher ups, and freaking she really wants to promote, she has two choices. She can either keep her morals and them probably take it a certain way. Well, really she has three choices. Then it kind of in the middle, she could kind of play their game but not let them do too much and just try and reap the benefits from it. But you know, people, when you allow that door open, it's hard. You can't, cracking a door ain't easy. You know, he might try and forcefully take it. Like I said, this guy's a weirdo. And then the other option is just fully give him what he wants. And you know, the woman, she has a choice to make. Now granted, might be a sucky situation, but that's just the reality. Next up, we have the chill boss. Now, I hope that 99.9% of people have encountered a chill person who is in charge of them. Now, the thing about the chill guy, he might not be super nice. He might not want to be your best friend. He makes work easy. That's what I mean by chill. I'm not trying to have a bunch of friends and this and that at work. Make the job simple, right? If we are doing our job, like if we're doing what's on our job description, cool. Don't try and make us do a bunch of stuff that isn't on our job description because you don't want to do it, or it'll make you look good if you have us do it. Let's just do the job, all right? And that's what I like about these guys. These are the way they lean. And they think it's stupid when people who are strict, or people who are these rule followers, quote unquote, who follow rules they want to follow, but when it comes to other rules, blah, 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 they immediately love to shut that down. Now, for me, I'm blessed, right? Because I enjoy all the supervisors I work for currently. They might make mistakes at work, they might do this and that, but they are, you know, chill. Like, they aren't doing a lot. And you can have regular conversation with a lot of these guys and not feel some type of way about it. It's not even a lot I really have to say about these guys. We all know who they are, and we all just appreciate them. We ain't got no bad stories about them. A lot of them are out the way as well. A lot of them don't like being in the BS. Like, the only way they were in something is if, you know, they had to be. Whether they had to fill out a statement, whether they had to discipline, like they had to do a write-up, that's where they are. But yeah, if you are this boss, keep doing what you're doing. Please don't change when you go up. If you do that, you know what's to come. Now, last up on this list, we got the pushover. Now, the thing about the pushover is he could be all of the three that I mentioned before. You know, he could be a pushover, but he could also be strict. He could be a pushover, but he could also be a weirdo. He could be a pushover and he could also be chill, right? That's what I like about this one. Now, do I like the person? Most likely not, because he's a pushover. There's something I can't respect about a guy who's getting pushed over, right? If he's at a leadership position. Now, the guy who's more of like the strict pushover is the guy who's gonna do what the dude who's an asshole over him is telling him to do. For instance, one time back when I was in the service, we had this one guy. I really want to say names, but I'm not gonna say names. And me and him would get into it. And he was over me by like 2 ranks. One day I got sick of him and he was in my way when I was walking somewhere. He like intentionally turned his back and got in my way, and I shoulder checked his ass. And he tried to like say something in a sense. He's like, yo, Dabney, you know you can say excuse me, right? And I was like, my bad, I didn't see you. And he just like walked away. He told on me. obviously went nowhere because I would have just said, nah, I didn't see him. And of course I claimed it was an accident when it happened, but I of course did it on purpose. But then from now on, that guy wouldn't like talk to me, and he wouldn't give me like good eye contact. So he brought his little lap dog down to me, and he was like, hey, Dabney, you need to get a haircut. I'm like, bro, no, I don't. My hair's not out of regs. Like, no, it's too high and it's touching your ears. And then I literally like, all right, let's just measure it. Cause you know, in the military, you can measure it, your hair, see if it's out of regs. He was like, nah, just get it cut. And that's what I'm talking about. You're a pushover, a little lap dog, if you decide to just freaking do what someone else tells you because you wanna be a good little boy. Like, come on now. And of course, when we measured it and I proved him wrong, like the dumbass he was, he then freaking was like, oh, but you know, I have to tell you to do this, blah, blah, blah. Fucking loser. You're hard to respect as a man, bro. You gotta have some balls in your life. Then we kind of got like the guy who's a chill pushover to where he just doesn't want to get in trouble, and he's like terrified of getting in trouble. He's a cool guy when it like helps him, but then when he senses he's about to get in trouble, he like kind of shakes up. He like talks with a lower tone when the bigger guys are with him. And yeah, that guy, you probably a cool guy, just can't respect you. You don't have no respect for yourself, man. Now, I'm not telling you to beat up everybody who pisses you off at work. I'm not telling you to cuss out everybody who pisses you off at work. Have I did it before? Of course. Come on now, I'm not a perfect guy. And I'm me, I do it. But that's just my personality. I just don't take BS. I've decided when I turned 20 that I wasn't gonna take BS anymore. You gonna have your moments here and there. For instance, when I'm trying to actually get things done, oh yeah, you might disrespect me and I might not say anything. But yeah, no, don't let people say what they're not allowed to say to you, right? Especially if you're, you know, cool with where you are. If you are cool with the position you're at and they can't take it away from you without proof of you not doing your job, and they want you to do this and that, just grow a pair and freaking just tell them that you're not, professionally of course, tell them you're not going to do something, especially if you don't have to or if it's not even allowed. And if you are a person who is telling people to do things that they don't have to do or aren't supposed to do because you feel like you can, go F yourself. Other than that, I'm done yapping. Thanks for watching to the end. If you watched to the end, if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe on the video. You know, I'm getting these out. I'm trying to push them out. Like I said, happy holidays. It's still the holiday season. Shoot, comment down what y'all thinking about getting your mom, you know, whatever, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you buying stuff for. Grant, I don't know what I'm getting for anybody this year, and we are 11 days out, I think. So yeah, wish me luck. But without further ado, deuce.